The true cost of the digital world. The true cost of the digital world, beneath the lights and invisible smoke. The digital world we inhabit so comfortably today is an illusion, a mirage powered by colossal energy. Every click, every email sent, or every video streamed in a day does not manifest out of thin air. It is rooted in a massive physical infrastructure known as data centers. These serve as the hidden command centers lurking beneath a global web of fiber optics. The digital data we transmit must travel through underground and undersea cables across an average distance of over 15,000 kilometers at near light speed, with Internet Exchange Points, IXPs, acting as the primary gateways connecting private networks to the global grid. This relentless workload results in a single data center consuming as much electricity as an entire city of 30,000 residents. Most concerningly, this cutting-edge technology still leans heavily on coal power, leading to the inevitable destruction of mountain ranges and the toxic pollution of water sources. Individual energy costs. When considering energy costs at an individual level, data from the French Agency for Ecological Transition, ADEME, and the Carbon Trust indicate that sending a single email with an attachment consumes approximately 24 watt-hours of electricity, equivalent to leaving a light bulb on for a full hour. This figure accounts for the data traveling through 4G per 5G networks and the energy required for server storage. On a macro scale, when 10 billion emails are sent collectively per hour, energy consumption skyrockets to 50 gigawatt-hours. This volume is staggering enough to require 50 nuclear power plants running at full capacity, or the carbon equivalent of 4,000 round-trip flights between Paris and New York. Furthermore, inside these data centers filled with tens of thousands of servers, intense heat accumulates, necessitating cooling systems that devour up to 40% of the facility's total electricity bill. To prevent a digital crash, operators must build redundancy systems featuring 30,000 horsepower diesel generators ready for immediate deployment, an ecological tax paid in exchange for online stability. The environmental impact of the expansion of big data, which doubles in volume every 2 years, has caused energy demands to surge, creating a profound paradox in the tech world. In many parts of the United States, data centers still rely on coal-fired power plants, a fossil fuel that emits 50 times more CO2 than other sources. The process of mountaintop removal in the Appalachians has already leveled over 500 mountains and buried 2,000 miles of streams. This allows toxins like mercury and cadmium to leach into water supplies, causing permanent damage to public health and ecosystems just to fuel the cloud processing we use so casually. As we enter 2026, the digital carbon footprint of a single human can generate up to 850 kilograms of CO2 equivalent, CO2e per year. This data is compiled from the SHIFT project and reports from Lancaster University, which estimate that the ICT, Information and Communications Technology, sector accounts for 2.1% to 3.9% of global greenhouse gas emissions. These footprints are not just from electricity. Over 80% of a smartphone's environmental impact occurs during the manufacturing phase. Reports from Apple's Environmental Progress Reports and the Global E-Waste Monitor confirm that for devices like iPhones or MacBooks, 70 to 80% of the carbon is generated during the extraction of rare materials and production, rather than during actual use. The hidden costs of artificial intelligence, AI. Even more shocking is the hidden cost of artificial intelligence, AI. The International Energy Agency, IEA, in its Electricity 2024 report states that an AI query via ChatGPT consumes an average of 2.9 watt-hours, 10 times more than a standard Google search, 0.3 watt-hours, due to the complex neural networks pulling immense hardware power. Research titled, Making AI Less Thirsty, from the University of California, Riverside notes that training a model like GPT-3 in Microsoft's data centers may require 700,000 liters of fresh water for cooling. In practice, a mere 20 to 50 exchanges with an AI drinks the equivalent of a 500 milliliters bottle of water because GPUs generate such high heat that water must be evaporated to maintain safe temperatures. Beyond energy and water, auditing the carbon footprint of cloud storage is vital. Every byte of dark data, unused data left idle, still requires electricity to power storage drives and backup systems 24/7. Efficient file management is the key. This begins with deleting redundant photos, large unnecessary videos, or expired backups, as well as tiering hot data, frequently used, and cold data, rarely accessed, to move the latter to low-energy storage systems. These methods tangibly reduce server processing loads and the physical expansion of data centers. Electronic waste, e-waste. Regarding the electronic waste, e-waste crisis, the UN's Global E-Waste Monitor predicts volumes will soar to 70 million tons per year by 2026. The world faces the challenge of managing toxins like lead and mercury, leading to diverse national responses. For instance, the European Union (EU) enforces right to repair laws to help consumers fix devices more easily and has mandated the USB-C standard to reduce cable waste. Meanwhile, Japan and South Korea have implemented strict circular recycling systems where manufacturers are responsible for their products' end-of-life (EPR). Naikum Pratate Kamlang Patanar, developing nations, have begun pushing for standardized recycling plants to recover precious metals like gold and copper rather than using open-air burning, which creates hazardous pollution. The digital growth as a net positive. However, from another perspective, the growth of the digital world has also created a net positive impact through business growth and the massive reduction of travel-related pollution. The transition to remote work and online meetings has slashed carbon emissions from the transportation sector, one of the world's largest polluters. Statistics show that a video conference has a carbon footprint 90 to 99% lower than traveling across cities or flying internationally for meeting. While data processing uses high energy, when offset against the lack of fossil fuel combustion from cars or planes, digital activity acts as a powerful decarbonization tool. The rise of e-commerce and AI-managed logistics also reduces empty truck runs and optimizes routes for fuel efficiency. The challenge lies in transitioning digital infrastructure to 100% clean energy so that the reduction in travel becomes a complete and worthy offset. Ultimately, the tech industry is attempting to overcome this crisis through innovations like nuclear power for 24/7 stability and immersion cooling systems that reduce cooling energy by up to 95%, alongside Jeremy Rifkin's vision of a smart energy grid. The sustainability of the digital world does not rest solely with manufacturers. It begins with digital sobriety from all of us, ensuring the internet remains a force for progress without costing us the earth. Screening dark data to reduce your carbon footprint. The following types of cloud files are often left behind as dark data, which you can screen and delete. Outdated backups. Backup files for old operating systems or apps you no longer use, including redundant draft versions of documents, Draft 1, Draft 2. Redundant media. Burst photos of the same scene, large original video files that have already been edited into shorter versions, or low-quality blurry images. Spam and newsletters. Newsletters you subscribed to but never open, as well as promotional emails in junk/promotions folders accumulated over the years. Download files and software installers. .exe, DMG, or .zip files for various programs that you have already installed but left the installers in the cloud. Social media caches. Photo or video files automatically backed up by messaging apps, like Line or WhatsApp, which are often temporary data that does not need permanent storage.